website and see, reload and see if it shows up. I can click play. It says please stand by still. It also says live.
Oh, can we do the thing where we put our names underneath our pictures?
Yeah, we should do that.
How do you do that?
Click here to join the audience for this hangout. Okay. Yeah, it's still not showing it yet. Sorry. Oh, there you go. It's in YouTube.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey guys!
Hey, Jonathan.
I recognize that office.
It's a lot
Still
smaller than
figuring out
yours.
just a few of the kinks. Sorry, you broke up a bit. What was that?
I was just saying, from what I've seen on Facebook, it's a lot smaller than Bryn's office.
Yeah.
You could fit like 8 of Bryn's offices into mine here. So this is nice. It's cozy.
We're live. We're not love.
Hold on a second.
Okay. And there we go.
Did anybody figure out how to put your names under the pictures?
Yeah, go to the toolbox and then lower third. So I'm just responding to a tweet here.
Hangout toolbox. Oh, I see.
Okay, I should close my door. Can't get loud.
Wow.
Even just the sound of my computer fan is going to drive people nuts. Yeah, so if you probably just got a pop-up saying use app, because Bryn loaded up the thing for the Hangout toolbox. And for those of us who are on video, actually, let me share my screen. And I'll show everybody where it is. Is this real? Yeah. Oh, that looks so cool. So over here, where it's not the infinite regression, let's see, where is it? I think it's this guy. Yeah. So click on that guy, and then lower third on, and you can change it. So I'm going to put my Twitter and hashtag for the conference. You can change the color and stuff, and then when I stop sharing my screen, then it shows. Right now I'm seeing it backwards, but yeah, it looks like we've all got it. We can just share our Twitters so that we can find each other online easily.
I think we're all following each other, but there it is.
Yeah, you have to turn it off and back on if you make any edits.
Oh, I see. On the, you want it on the thing. Okay.
Is mine backwards?
It's only backwards for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Funny looking.
That was weird. I was confused by that also.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
There we go.
So we can maybe wait to get really started for a couple more people to join us, because we've got over 20 registered for the online Unconference, which would be good, but I don't know how many are joining right away. Let's see, who do we have here? Is anybody? No. Hi, Kyle. I don't think we've met in video person before.
I don't think so. Hi.
Kyle,
Yeah.
did we meet at CMS like 2 years ago?
Yes, I can't confirm the number of years ago, but yes.
I knew I remember you from somewhere.
So, yeah, did everybody see the link to the Google Doc that we're going to work in?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just in case, I think it'll be good. I'm going to get the chat going too. So here's the link to the main website, which I think everybody should have now, but just in case. If you need to bug out, like we're not doing a lunch break that everybody shares because we have so many time zones. So if you bug out and need to come back in, I'm going to try to keep that current as much as I can with links to whatever Google Docs or Hangouts are going on, so people can find that as well as the Twitter account. But all the links to things so far are there, and we'll try to keep that completely up to date. Did I push the last changes, actually? No, I didn't. me do that. That should be going up now. And yeah, where is that Google Doc? Cool. So we've spent so much time getting the tech going, I don't think we decided amongst the organizers who was going to do what to open the session. Do we want to just chat for a few minutes while we wait for a couple more to join, or?
That's fine. Yeah, I see a few people are sort of passively engaged here. Are you all done in there?
No, I'm not actually.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah, Caitlin said she'll just be watching.
Tim Chanette says hello.
Should I start pasting some of the session proposals in the doc and then have people like put their initials next to them? Or how did you want to decide on sessions?
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I was reading reading Tim's thing at the same time. Yeah, whatever you think, Phil.
All right.
Let's see.
How do I share the link to the actual Hangout to invite Tim?
Let me see if this is the right one. I think I had the wrong link. If he's watching YouTube, it should show up on there as participate in this.
Oh, really?
Shoot, there's something wrong with. Well, here's the link to participate. I'll reply to him. And then let me see what happened here. I'm pretty sure I know. No. Why didn't that? Oh, that's why it didn't work. Sorry, a little GitHub problem here. Yeah, I think the link underneath the video is the wrong one somehow. Why is that? Let me just double check that link. Share. Yeah, that looks like it. It's just taking me to the Google Plus page. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there.
What are you trying to work out, Chris?
Oh, I know what's going on in the web page. I like that. Tim was clicking on the link that we sent him, sending him to watch it, but not to participate. Yeah, my browser isn't refreshing the web page. It's pulling up the cache, so it looks a little weird. Strange. Google put an underscore URL. Great, and now my
What's wrong, Chris?
my computer is frozen now. At least Chrome. Yeah. I don't know why the audio is working. Nothing else is. I'm sure it's Google Hangouts' fault. But yeah, the URL has an underscore in it, and so okay, it was just that link. So that link is wrong that I gave to Tim. Let's see if that works. Okay, that should be right. Okay, yeah, the YouTube it wasn't showing a link to join. I think is the problem. So. All right. Well, let me see if the web page is working yet. Okay, that's, yeah, there's, you're going on here. Okay, I'll figure that out. You guys want to get started chatting?
Sure. Okay. Hey, Tim. So I think the thing we want to do first is just to start getting a sense of which sessions people would like to talk about today. So I've just pasted all of the 2015 proposals that were for online on that conference website, the landing page. So if you want to go ahead and go check that out. There's 9 proposals, and click on them if you wanted to see what they're about. And if one interests you, just put your initials next to it, and then we can just do a tally of initials. You can vote on multiple ones, but just try to get a sense of what people would like to talk about today.
Should we have sorry, we didn't plan this. Should we have like a brief intro into what we're doing for those who haven't been part of the Unconference planning session before? And then
Yes.
if people know, then we can kind of read what we're doing. Yeah, so unconferences. I remember the first flip camp, I asked how many people had been to an unconference before, and I was the only one that had raised my hand. So I dare ask, how many people have been to an online unconference before? Okay, so I've been to something very similar, but not exactly the same. So it's kind of a new thing, but we're going to try to follow the unconference model as much as we can, which is that this first meeting of the participants is the essentially the planning committee meeting. We are the planning committee, and so we're going to go through these proposals that people have put forward. And feel free to ask questions. You can send them via Twitter, via the text chat, or speak during the video, however you're participating. If you have questions for the person who put it together about what it's about and if we want to do that or not. And then as we go, we'll say, hey, maybe these 2 sessions are really the same thing, and we might want to fold them together, or we might want to split one into 2 separate sessions, or someone might come up with a last-second new idea as we're talking, and all of that is up for grabs. The other thing is Phil's put in some timings here for 1-hour sessions, but like one of the sessions that I put, which I don't think is up there right now, so I need to go back and add that. Is a session that I thought would be a good half-day or whole-day session. And so we have the flexibility to say, hey, we're going to do a session that's going to take 2 or 3 hours where we kind of separate and maybe connect with each other on a Google Doc or Twitter, but we're working on creating some resources for something, and we're going to put them all together at the end. And so we have an option to do that as well. Not everything needs to be just a discussion. And I think especially online, the idea of turning off Google Hangouts, which is going to explode my computer before the end of the day if I'm video chatting all day long. It might be nice to have a break in there where, okay, I'm going to take an hour or 2 to work on creating some supplementary resources for OMT, or coming up with, making a quick video tutorial for some tech tool or something, and then put it together at the end and reconnect. So that's just something to keep in mind as we're going through this. But basically, everything is up for grabs among those who are participating, and whatever we decide we want to do is what we'll do. So, yeah, that's my intro. Do we need to say anything else? Okay. So Phil, I think we should take it. Let me double check the sessions, because there's a couple things missing, I think. Because I didn't put OL or IP on mine, so I want to make sure those are in there.
Feel free to also type in the chat while people are talking, or yeah, we can use back channels essentially.
Yeah, we can do that, because we don't want everybody talking at once, obviously.
Yeah. And if you've got a lot of background noise, that might be preferable to mute and then.
As I just had the floor cleaners going by. Okay.
Did I miss that, Chris?
Yeah, I did put. I made the mistake of not going back and adding the
Oh, sorry.
well on them. 'Cause I had them in the first sentence, and I didn't go back and do that. But these are mostly for this online or both. But the Flip Sonata thing is what I thought was really. That's kind of my.
I'll put that in.
So just so everyone's clear, we're going to go.
So we're just putting our initials after. That's the deal.
Is there? Yeah, that works. For me.
I want that to be part of the link. Okay.
Hi, Eric.
I think there's actually one more proposal. The first one was just added yesterday.
How did I not get that one? Sorry.
Section.
Right, what the problem is with our website. Google Hangouts put an underscore in the URL, and Markdown doesn't like Hangout things with underscores in the URL.
Oh, that says in person, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
So should we leave that off?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No big deal.
I don't know if I looked at the most recent ones yet. Started, we're all kind of silent because we're reading proposals right now.
Yeah.
And
A good program community doing their work.
Google Doc. Oh, this keeps freezing.
Are there any comments from the proposal pages that we need to copy over into here?
Maybe.
Their team Billy.
I had made a comment on the one about graduate student pedagogy, teaching graduate students, and I mean maybe it kind of overlaps, but just thinking about supporting students developing in their own teaching, right? Kind of the pedagogy of pedagogy in a way, you know, and that I think is especially important if you're working with grad students, but I think it's probably something, you know, that we want to foster in our undergrads too, but that may be taking it in a slightly different direction. So that was just my comment on there, my thought about that.
Yeah, that might work well with the session I proposed with the new flip from
Yeah, right, yeah, it's maybe
So,
who knows, yeah.
There are a few others missing here, Phil. The OMT one, the new flip from teacher to student.
This
that
is
one?
the OMT one,
Which one?
the first one.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, never. Okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that's right. Team Bowie.
Well, I figure that's a lot of votes, between the two.
Yeah, for those watching on video or just joining in, check that link in the Google Doc. It's on our flipcamp.org Unconference page and the FlipCamp MT Twitter account, and you'll see a link to what we're voting on here. Check out the Google Doc, just linked at the top there. And go ahead and put your initials by things that you would like to have go on during the conference, and when we have initials, that'll help us schedule who's going to be around for what. So if someone has to bug out, Friday morning, and they can still be part of it. And keep track of Twitter and Google Doc at the same time. Does anybody have any questions about any of these sessions before we finalize these votes here? Check the Twitters. Any questions on Twitter?
For anyone watching the video still, we do have our first cat presence with us. There's a Pixel.
Where's Scuzzy?
Scuzzy is in the hallway, making sure that Pixel and I stay in this room. That's what he likes to do. He's guarding us, making sure we're safe.
I just put 2 and 3 next to each other in case we do want to squish them. Somehow that proximity feels better to me.
It looks like 1, 6, and 7 are all very popular.
Yeah.
Those are all build sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of ones where we're going to be doing like just more working and less talking.
Right.
And also might take longer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how we want to. I know you laid out hour-long things, but
That's just a stub. We can change
okay.
change whatever.
Or we might have
also-
2 one-hour discussions happening at the same time as
Yeah.
a longer build session.
Do we think that those kinds of sessions could go concurrently if somebody was? I mean, I notice Anna is in all 3 of those, and or has voted for all 3 of those. But I suspect that given we only have 5.5 hours, we might want 2 hours or 3 hours for one of those. Do you think that we could have them going concurrently, like just in separate Google Docs, or what?
The other thing we could do is, I mean, if only a few people voted for them, just have breakouts, yeah, like you're seeing with multiple things happening at the same time. If anyone has questions about like standard space grading, we could just open up a separate Google chat for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind is who's coming to the in-person conference, and so if a lot of the people interested in something that could be in-person or online, especially the discussion ones, if a lot of them are coming to the in-person conference, we can put it out for that, and then and we'll still have some Twitter streams, and I'm still my tech media guy is gone until the 27th, so I'm still trying to work out getting some video streaming going. But if we can, there will still be some ways for people online to participate potentially.
Oh.
That, let's see. Let me check the Twitter stream.
Jillian's here. Wow, this is going to be the biggest group chat I've ever had.
Yeah, we once maxed out Google Hangouts with a hybrid pedagogy editors meeting, and
yeah, we're up to 10.
We're
I
at
think
10
that's
now.
it, right?
it degenerated, and they always degenerate into silliness, but it got particularly silly.
I'm just going to go peek in my office. Oh, shoot.
Let's see here. So we've got 6 here, 6 here, 3, 7, 3, 7, 7, 4, 1. Sorry, Phil. 1, 1, 2. So it's looking like the PBL, the part writing. What was the other 7? We have video game pedagogy. Our kind of leaders, and then the 6 is developing supplementary GMT. There's another 6, or did it become a 7? Yeah, so that's a build. Flip from teacher to student. Was that a discuss? Is that right?
Discuss.
Okay. Video game was a discuss.
Discuss and game playing.
Okay.
So,
why don't we ask-
We'll call it a play session.
yeah.
This is the build.
Why don't we also sort them into session types?
Okay, that would be good. Let's see. So,
Yeah.
build sessions. That's definitely these 2. This one. Oh, now the numbers don't work. Stupid word processor.
That's fine. As long as you, yeah, just keep that. There you go. That's only what that referenced, right?
Oh, that number 1 still works. That comment. Okay.
There you go.
And then play. That was video game. That's discuss and play. Okay. And then were any of these others anything else? Tech tools could be discuss or play, I would think.
Yeah.
I'll put tech tools under play because I think that it may it's play. I'll say play/demo.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Should SPG go under there too?
Is SPG that's discuss?
Yeah, discussion. Yeah.
Was that the panel one? Yeah, that was like that quasi-panel discussion, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's right.
Who's the chupacabra? Cool. So, how long? Let's see. It looks we've got 3 build sessions that could all be pretty long, and the Sonata one that could be like a subset of number 1. Did we try to spread out those build sessions throughout the 2 days, and then look at how the shorter discussion and play sessions might fit around those?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me check the Twitter to see if anybody.
I just checked it. I think we're good.
Okay.
Definitely think the build sessions would benefit from kind of an overnight sleep and return day 2 for idea farming.
So, sorry, you cut out for me a little bit. What did you say, Megan?
Oh, I think all the build sessions would really benefit from an overnight idea farm, sleep on it, come back next day.
Maybe what we can do with that is spend like the last half hour or so just giving like 5 or 10 minute presentations on the overall topic, and then we'll come back to the build sessions next. Or just point people to some of the resources that are linked to it.
So Megan was saying we would go like kind of overnight, like maybe have an initial session today, have some time to work and think, and come back tomorrow to finish up.
Yeah.
And what were you saying, Phil, about 5 or 10 minutes? You were thinking at the end of today or at the end of tomorrow?
At the end of today, if you wanted to do like a longer session tomorrow, just so people are basically on the same page in terms of what we're going to be, what we would be working on tomorrow.
Okay.
I was just following up on Megan's idea, but yeah.
Yeah, so have like a discussion time around them today.
Yeah,
and
just
we have a work block, so you can work on whichever one you think is interesting, and then come back tomorrow, having had some time to mull it over, do a little more work, and then recap things.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then tomorrow we should probably have like an ending, mass video chat like we did, in person, kind of a recap. Some of it could be like feedback: what went well, what didn't go well, what remains to be done, should we follow up on this, what should we follow up in Boulder with, and online over the year, and that kind of thing. Well, so Bill, for the 1 hour sessions, do we want to maybe drop one and have it, and then add a break in between each one? Like if we did,
sure.
Like 12 to 1, 1:15 to 2:15, 2:30 to 3:30, 4:40. Or wait, yeah, 3:45 to 4:45.
Sure.
Does that work for folks? And we can go get our own coffee. Cool. And then yeah, so if we've got 4 and 4, yeah, and this one should be the
Wrap up.
closing ceremonies. Yeah, so what do people think? Y'all like that idea of having like 2 blocks for some of the build sessions with some time in between, and then and then we might want to do some concurrent stuff, like people working on the supplementary materials for OMT might not participate in a chat on tech fail or whatever, and just kind of work through that. But we can have those discussion sessions open at the same time for people who want to, or we can make it really sparse so that we can save stuff for Boulder.
Well, we've got 7 slots. Yeah, with the majority of people build sessions. Megan, would you want to lead the video game pedagogy session today?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it'll be a little chaotic. The way that I kind of envision the thing happening is everybody kind of coming together, brainstorming, coming up with some kind of pre-gameplay assumptions you might have about video games and what links are there between video games and music. And then we'll all kind of break out, and then you can all go to phones and whatnot, play some games, take some notes, and then we'd all come back. So it's almost like a mini build session, kind of, just because it has that break in the middle.
Cool. I mean, I guess one of the things that, yeah, would there be any preference for going today versus tomorrow? Or
not necessarily. It might be easier to do tomorrow, or I don't know if that would even be one that we could start tonight or today, and then like get a list of games, then people can just kind of play around
on their own and then come
and
back.
then back up tomorrow. But if that's going to kind of mess up some of the build session stuff, then we can do it today or tomorrow.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm wondering if we have so many people interested in all three of those build sessions, if we might not want to do all three of those in order to leave room for some other things. Because if all of us, or a lot of us are involved in 3 different build sessions, we're not going to, and then we do like 2 sessions for each of those, and then want some time to work, that's still not enough time to do those, let alone do the other things. So I'm wondering if we could identify maybe 1 or 2 of those, or see if they can be combined in some way.
Of the build sessions?
Yeah, and then that will leave a little more room for some discussion, because otherwise, we're going to lose a lot of people.
That's why I was wondering if you could go on concurrently, and you could just kind of tab between browsers or whatever.
It's possible.
Like be part of the discussion while you're doing some work?
Well, for instance, if you were working on PBL and part writing, or beyond part writing and OMT, I mean, those are all very related in a way, but you could be kind of working, if they're all build sessions, you could be working in 3 different docs and just kind of tab between them and chat and all that thing. Like I wasn't really envisioning any of the build sessions to be like video chat with presentation, but more just like we open a doc and we all work and chat in the document as we go, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that works.
Could we combine 2 of the build sessions? Like, do you think it would be possible? Like, I could see either the Beyond Part Writing or problem-based learning being part of OMT stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that could be the particular flavor that a couple people take.
Well, I actually think that part writing and problem-based learning go together well.
Mm-hmm.
That's, in one way that problem-based learning is kind of an alternative to doing the traditional stuff that we do.
Yeah.
So why don't we combine those?
That's cool.
Does that sound good to others?
So we could just sort of say like that this is an attempt to take action on Megan and David's vision and inspired by problem-based learning or something like that.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Asking the Twitters if they have any thoughts. But yeah, I think it makes sense. We've got a lot of people overlap too, right?
I think that makes sense. I like how the proposal for the Beyond Part Writing session kind of gives us a framework by saying, let's take these topics from a widely used textbook and then kind of create an alternate version, And so by just focusing that and saying, let's try to bring out what are the problems underlying this, let's try to do a problem-based approach to these ideas, I think it would work well.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so, and I'll know. Oh, I'm Team Bowie, so that counts as a vote for me. Is anybody in
Uh-huh.
What's that? Let's see. I'll throw me in to press. I'm assuming that people who voted for 1 are still voting for the combination. So yeah, and then Flip Sonata, I think, can totally be part of OMT. That's exactly what I was envisioning with the Flip Sonata thing, is that it would be OMT stuff. It was just specific to Sonata, so we can decide whether or not that would be an area to focus efforts, or if we want to do other areas, or maybe have groups that split up. So does that make sense? Those be our 2 build sessions?
Yeah. And even with that division, I think the 2 sessions can inform each other as well. We can feel free to use resources from one in the others.
Absolutely.
But Bryn, was Beyond Writing yours? I'm trying.
It was mine.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really.
If
I'm responding.
okay.
I guess if there were an overarching difference between those 2 build sessions, it would be one is focused on in-class, and then one is focused on outside of class. But
Yeah, I think the idea of supplemental some of that could be in class. Like I think as I've talked to different people about that, part of it is
Thank you so much.
so you're flipping. What do you do in class? Can we have
Right.
a framework for the pedagogy that goes with the materials? But also part of it is that there's not a whole lot of like, here's an example sonata, an assignment would be that goes along with this. And so there's definitely some out of class supplements there that would be a big part of that as well.
yeah, absolutely. There'll be overlap, but I think that works.
Yeah. Cool. So we've got 2 build sessions. Do we want to schedule those for like the next 2 slots, just so that people can be working on that while they're doing other sessions?
Yep.
And we can have them as
That makes sense, because if you're not into the next session, then you can just keep building, or
yeah, if we do these, and then if people aren't interested in these, in doing these, the discussion might still be interesting. Or they could do something else. Or we can offer something concurrent with them if we want. I don't know, what do you guys think? Anybody who would really rather not be involved in either of these, that wants something else to do during those session times?
Or do you want to? And also, do we want to make them a little bit longer than just an hour then?
Well, if the idea is that we're going to plan during that meeting and then follow up,
Fine.
I think that would be okay. Since we're already at 11:45, I'm going to bump these back by 15 minutes each, if that's okay.
Sure.
And then that'll get us ending at 5, which we originally said, just so we don't run out of time here. And tomorrow we actually have an 11 time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
As well. I don't want to change numbers. So maybe then this is 15, this is 30. It's shaking on. Okay. So then, when do we want the follow-ups for those to be the last 2 session times tomorrow?
That's fine.
Okay. So, follow-up, and then those. Okay. Cool. So play and discussion. We've got 8 of those. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 slots left. Or if we doubled up, we could fit all 8. But we might want to save some for in person too. Some of these. Oh, Professor Rate My Homework doesn't have any. I think that's just kind of like an intro to flipping. So should we just drop that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did we miss did the session proposal for Learning Theory through Authentic Collaborative Projects not make it into the Google Doc, or am I just not seeing it?
That's in person only from the proposal.
Yeah.
It might be-
Oh, I missed that. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and I think there will definitely be some overlap with that. I think and PBL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll save the one. Whose is that? That's Anna Farron. So I think she's coming to Boulder, but not online. If I
Cool.
remember.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
We could just discuss it without her and say. Yeah, she's Boulder only.
I think we've got lots of stuff and lots
Yeah.
of great stuff. So.
Yeah.
So, let's see. If we combine Tech Fail and Tech Tools, we have 5 behind that in one less session.
That would work. I mean, I think that's going to come with the territory anyway.
Yeah,
Or we could just
absolutely.
drop Fail and just have a Tools thing.
Tech tools. Don't fail.
That's a different session. I'm trying to remember if the Tech Tools was. Oh yeah, that was listed as a build.
The tech tools? Oh.
Yeah, Tech Tools, like just adding to Steven's list, but it could also. I mean, it could also turn into a show and tell session too, like we did in 2013.
Yeah.
I guess it's just depending on who's there and what they want to do, but that was Bryn. You were thinking that's just a 1 hour thing, not a long build session. No.
Looks like you might have stepped out a sec, but that sounds right.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, he's muted.
You're on mute still.
There we go. Talk.
For the Tech Tools, were you thinking just an hour, even though it's a build session, just like kind of adding things to the list?
Yeah, it doesn't have to. I mean, it's kind of just a standard session. It doesn't. I'm not really married to the idea of doing it, but it seems like everybody always wants to do something like that. So.
Yeah. And it was helpful in 2013 to have it as its own session, just so that we could not turn every session into a tech tool session.
Yeah. Agreed.
Cool. So, should we drop tech fail and just stay with tech tools?
Okay.
And then, any preferences on when to put tech tools?
Why don't we do Tech Tools today, maybe, if we're looking at the 2 demos? Tech Tools today and then the video games tomorrow, and that maybe will give people time to figure out what they want to actually, this would be a good idea. What about...
You really can't say no.
what if we did video game pedagogy tomorrow, and that way today we can have like a quick 5-10 minute what platforms people are going to play on so that I can tailor some of the gameplay for tomorrow?
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good. Now,
Today I'm shooting in the dark.
do you want to go session 6 so you don't have to do it at 8?
It doesn't matter. I will game anytime, anywhere.
Well,
Bring it! I am
actually
ready!
will have to join late tomorrow, and I'm not on the video game list. So if you wanted to do that first thing, then I don't miss something that I was gunning for, because I'm not going to have time to play any games tonight. Sorry.
Okay, that's cool. Well, let's put it the first session tomorrow then.
Is there any way to like?
So
Is there any way to like record sessions?
This should all be recorded, I think.
It is.
yeah.
Cool.
Um,
I know I'm not here tomorrow, and I just bought a regular Nintendo last week, so I was super excited to talk about video games today.
Games and SBG to be tomorrow because he's not around much today.
Okay.
So
cool.
just another vote for that tomorrow.
Do you want to put SBG tomorrow then as well? Or
if we're going to do it, yeah, that would be good. Hold on a sec. Wait a minute. Caitlin's asking a timing question here. Session 2, 1. Yeah, 1:30. Okay. Okay, so what's left?
So I'm going to put SVG as the first, or the second session on Friday.
Okay. And DBS.
That's Danny Stevens.
Okay. Okay. Do you think he would mind if we didn't do the instructional video? If it's just him? Let me tweet him and ask him. Is anyone else who wants to do that?
Well, we have. Okay, so
We can do that in
Friday.
person. He'll be here at Boulder.
Yeah, our Friday's filled up, and he will be. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just do that in Boulder.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, looks like Caitlin won't be around tomorrow.
So we have 2 more slots today, and I think we've got 2 sessions left. The tech tools. Shall we do tech tools at the end of the day, or do you want to do it at 2:45? Is there a strong argument for or against either way?
Oh, this is 4 now. So that's tied with grad students and their teaching. If we don't do double duty, we've got to drop one of these, right?
Let's put the grad student teaching on. I think it'd be a great discussion one. So maybe put that when we're not as tired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did we want to combine it with the new flip or no?
Yeah, why not?
I'm also totally fine to moving that to in person in Boulder.
Which one? The
graduate student teaching.
I would be fine with that. Also, it's, again, if we want to combine that.
Yeah, we might. I'm just trying to look here on the in-person list. I think there's still some people from CU that haven't signed up, but I know we might have a larger contingent of people who teach graduate classes in person here. I'm not positive on that.
I won't be there for the in-person thing, but like I could just follow along when that session's on, like through Twitter. Or I mean, I assume is there going to be a live stream again, or maybe
we're going to try, but my tech guy is on vacation all week, and I didn't know he was going to be on vacation before he went on vacation, so I've got to find someone else to help me out with that. But we should be able to do something.
Well, I mean, I think it'll be an interesting discussion, but like, it also makes sense not to overload things. So I'm happy, even though I'm interested in that one, I'm not going to be there. I think it's fine to save that as something that'll be an interesting discussion in person.
I mean, the other thing is when there are discussions, it's almost always different with different people. So it'd be completely different discussions if we did it twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if Tim's going to be here in Boulder, right, Tim?
Yep.
Okay. So you're okay if we did that one in Boulder and we did the teacher to student flip today? Is that?
Sounds great to me.
Okay.
Is Sarah going to Boulder too, Tim?
She can't. Sorry.
No, I'm not going to be there. I'm sad I'm missing you, and I guess I'm not missing Sarah, but I wish I could be there.
Well, you're missing her too, right?
Exactly. That's what I mean.
I got a little confused there.
I was going somewhere with it, and it didn't end up making a lot of sense.
I'll be very careful when editing the video. I'll take just that part. Well, I'm missing you, but not Sarah, and I'll get me in trouble. Yeah. So, what did we say? It's going to be when, or did we not? Are we doing tech tools last?
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's do tech tools last, and then we can do the flip. close the other session. Program committee. Are we good here?
I think
Any
so.
tweaks? Any changes people see, or anything that needs to get fixed?
I think we're good. Yeah. It is. Well, yeah. The only thing I'm thinking is that for people who really don't want to be part of the build sessions, I mean, they can still take a break and come back later, nice and fresh.
Yeah.
But obviously, people don't. Not everyone who comes to session has to build. They can just be part of the talk. Say, hey, this is something that would be valuable for me, even if they're not going to devote time to building it themselves today. It's like even just getting the ideas would be good. So. Yeah. Cool. Well, should we break and come back at, what is that, 12:15? Should I just leave this Hangout open? And
I think you can pause it.
Yeah,
if I click stop broadcast, will that do it or will that kill it? Because I don't see it.
that will kill it.
What?
That will kill it.
But yeah, I think there's a way to just pause it so there wouldn't be that dead time. Yeah.
Let's see. This screen share, showcase, Q&A, capture, cameraman, control room. Maybe that's it. Oh, that's where you turn up people's volumes or eject people that are bad.
I mean, I think everyone here is on Twitter, right? We can just start a new Hangout.
Yeah, I could. I can start a new one with the new link and post
Okay.
that. Or someone else can do it too, but I've got the website control.
Right.
Cool. Well, should we break? And then I'll fire something up in about 10 minutes or so, and then in 15 to 5 after that we can.
Works for me.
Okay. Cool. Sweet.
See you all in a few.
All right. See ya.
Mhm.